Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on our YouTube account and we have a brand new code that actually dropped today. I'm going to share the code down below, and there's also going to be a link to something else that we're going to be looking at, but it looks like this code is giving us 2,000 diamonds as well as a couple other resources. I think this is exactly what is coming out of this, because I also did exclusively for VIP. I did redeem my VIP code, and I believe the VIP code right here did give me the 10 Stargazer Scrolls and of course one summon out of there. So pretty cool to see. Now, in addition, starting in September, they have something that I want to hop over and kind of look at. It is going to be a free right there limited edition frame, the Gilded Feather Crown. This is going to be exclusive for purchase. If you are free to play, unfortunately, you are not going to be able to get this at all. But if you make any single purchase in the Lilith store, which again, I'm going to put a link down to this below so you guys can check it out. If you do any purchase within the AFK Arena, the Lilith store, which of course is right here. I logged into both of them. You can see FHG YouTube. If you log in and if you do any purchases in here, whether it's 97 cents, whether it's $100, you are going to get this frame. Now, of course, it seems like you have to go through this area first. So I brought up the Lilith store, didn't see anything. And even looking here, I don't see anything about the frame. I don't see anything in its entirety. Going in here and really building these out, even going back home, again, I don't see anything when it comes into the actual getting of the frame. So when I went through and actually went through the limited time offer, this is a different link to go from here. I got this link, went here, logged in this part, and then of course, when you click purchase, it launches the Lilith store to get this. So I do not believe if you go through and you do not use this link, you do not activate it and log into this first, when you go into the Lilith store, you might not be able to get the purchase. I don't know if that's true. I haven't tried it yet. Haven't spent my 99 cents in here, but you can see the event rules over here on the side that you can go through. And it looks like it started, what, yesterday? I think it was yesterday. So after the game update on September 1, complete any purchase at the Lilith store and get the exclusive item for free. Now this, of course, if you remember once upon a time, and it's kind of funny because this was one of the things that a lot of players were very, very unhappy about if you've been playing for AFK Arena for a while, is when you looked at free-to-play players and old school Tassie, that's right, old school Tassie did have a skin, and I believe the Tassie skin right here was 99 cents when you had the ability to buy it. I believe, and again, if I remember correctly, I believe it was the Tassie skin that came up for 99 cents, and you could buy it out of there if you wanted to. Now, the big caveat, or what a lot of players were saying about the Tassie skin, is because it was 99 cents, players were no longer considered free to play because they spent 99 cents to get the Tassie skin. As you can see, we don't have it here, but it was interesting. And again, I'm trying to remember back years ago in AFK Arena that it was, and again, I believe it was the Tassie skin that was the big controversy. They've done it once or twice, I believe, through the years where it's been like a 99 cent purchase, very similar to what we have here. So either you're going to spend your 99 cents and you're going to get your animated avatar frame. And then of course, a lot of players will not be considered free to play because your package right here that usually holds Damon, if you remember over on the test server, but the package that holds Damon will be gone in the entirety, meaning it is now no longer going to consider you free to play. So it's entirely up to you. Now, another one, Knight's Path. I want to hop over, and I think this might be on the test server. I know some players had some questions about it. Let me hop over to test server and see exactly what this looks like. And if this is up, because it's about the timing that it should be up, let's take a look at it. So hopping over on a test server, it seems like we might be a little bit short. It looks like it is going to be the event that is launching tonight. Again, a lot of players were kind of asking with Knight's Path and the Ode to Glory, what exactly it was, what it's going to look like. So that is going to be something we're going to have to look at the reset tonight. But looking at the heroes itself, and I want to see where, if the Awakened version of Iran is actually being used over here. Now, of course, the test server, if you're accessing the test server, if you're going over here, the test server is a few days before we see the global release. For instance, normally we'll see a Wednesday, Thursday, if we're getting a new hero. And then, of course, the following Tuesday, we will see the hero come up on global or whatever it may be. I want to look at the leaderboard. I want to see, again, if we're seeing that Awakened version of Iran being used. There's Entendre. So interesting enough with her, a lot of players very, very disappointed with the performance that she's having. but I'm hoping she is really going to take and be in a place. There's the awakened version of Lucius. There is Belinda, and there is, look at Gwen. Guys, the draconic version of Gwen kind of broken. Rem, Olna still in there doing incredibly well. And then look at that Leica. So we are not seeing this iteration of the hero itself. And of course, there are 5 targets in here. So that was kind of something that we talked about before. Having multiple targets in a formation really helps Iran do damage. You can also see this is the Baden Kelthan. So very interesting. Now looking at, again, this leaderboard, you can see Baden and Kelthan are in here. And it seems like some of the larger players, the awakened version of Antandra, is doing a lot more damage and really putting out a lot more damage than we're seeing with Baden. So it might be the point in time where that awakened version of Baden might slowly fall off, and we might not see it utilized as much as we have in the past. Again, it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens. Now, the Cursed Realm or the Nightmare Corridor, let's see the exact same. Now, this is the boss that is up on Global, so I'm assuming it's the same. So we got Leica in there. We have Vika, which of course still kind of crazy. The awakened version of Thane. Then we do have Belinda in there, Athalia, and the final one is still the OG Baden in there. So staying pretty consistent with the heroes that we do have in a bunch of different game modes. So both of these iterations, again, kind of questionable because we didn't see that awakened version of Antandra, and now we're seeing it a little bit. And before, of course, we did not see that awakened version of Iran, and some of it we are still starting to see it in a couple different places. So time will tell, and that is really something to keep in mind. Is time will tell exactly where the heroes are being used, if they're being utilized, how they're being utilized. That is the reason why I've said time and time again, we have to wait till we know exactly where these heroes are being used before we start just throwing them in formations. And I'm also wondering the Treasure Scramble, where are we seeing him in here as well? See, even here, there's Lucius, there's Gavis. Look at that. We still have Tarnos in there, and there is Iran. So he is in here right there on this team itself. So he is coming in. Let me check a couple other players in here. And I figured with the burst damage, depending on the team that really Iran is going against, it seems like it could work very, very well. And in here, I don't think, see, right here's Rem. So if you put Iran and Olna in here, and again, looking at the formation, dropping out Rem, power creep is what we're starting to see very, very slowly, starting to see that increase in the power creep. Even there is the awakened version of Antandra in a formation. Very interesting to see. And there he is, actually. He's in this very first team. So they are using him and starting to use him in PvP. Again, he's still very early. We're going to have to see exactly where he's being used and where he's being really streamlined in a bunch of different content, because we know, in my opinion, that he is going to be used. Again, we just have to see how much. Where's the utility going to fall with this hero? What exactly is it going to look like in a bunch of different formations? Again, on Global, we are seeing him right now in the Cursed Realm, or excuse me, the Nightmare Corridor, or no, the Cursed Realm. He's in the Cursed Realm right now. And then, of course, PvP, we're not seeing him a lot in the Treasure Scramble. But also remember that we have a lot of iterations of the Cursed Realm, a lot of iterations of the Treasure Scramble, a lot of iterations of the Nightmare Corridor. All of those are going to be affected by the buffs and the debuffs that we do get in those different formations, which really does play into where these heroes are being used and exactly how they're being used. So, all right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.